Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Red River Valley. We just started planting our corn on our own fields, and know I'm gonna have a lot of issues with these articulated tractors that I bought, but it's too late for us to change anything now. Kind of struggling a little bit. There's an old tractor right here, and at least we don't have any issues with the tractor pulling up the big planter that we bought. We are just gonna go ahead with one headland pass and then we're gonna pretty much go up and down the field. The field is not rectangular or a square, it's got pretty weird shape, but we're gonna do it the right way. It's our own field, so we need to plant this field the proper way. We just started planting our corn. We did planted our barley on field 34. It's still not showing like we own the field. I have no idea why. Obviously we bought it. It's ours. We already planted barley on that field and we're planting corn at the moment. And with the barley from field 34, with part of the corn from the fields that we still have, field 35 and field 36. We're gonna turn some of that into whiskey. Boop, 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 boop. Whiskey distillery right here just after we pass into Canada. And looks like our barley is already out. It's been germinated. I just hope we don't have any parts or any big parts of the field that has not been germinated yet. Let's take a look, see how field 34 looks. Looks pretty good so far, looks really good so far to be honest. But let's go ahead and finish this headland pass right here. Then we're gonna start GPS. We already have a saved course in GPS and we're gonna follow it. So for that matter, we'll just bring down the lines so we see what's gonna be what. Can't remember if I show you guys, but we did bought also. Well, I did placed a liquid fertilizer station right here at the farm next to the street storage. It's not showing up on the map, but it's there. Right here where the mouse is. So we have a place where we can buy our liquid fertilizer for this planter. And now it's time for us to follow this course. I want to move it just a little bit more to the right. Let's head on straight because it's not gonna let me. Now it looks better. Looks the way it should look. Alright. Perfect. Now we can just go up and down the field. Of course we need to finish this headland right here. But after that we can just go up and down the field. And like I said, we just started. We're still seeding or planting on field 35. Then we're gonna move over to field 36. And that's gonna be it for the planting season. Looks like we're dropping pretty fast on liquid fertilizer, not that fast on the seeds, but pretty fast on the liquid fertilizer. We're already down at 63%. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to refill again, but like I said, I did place the buy point at the farm. So we're gonna head on that way so we don't have to head on all over right here at the shop. What we're using, like I said, we're using old tractors. They're not that fast. They're quite slow, to be honest. Let me get rid of these lines from the GPS. And we're looking good. And just realized that, like I said, we are dropping pretty fast on liquid fertilizer. We are already at 56%, down from 63 just a moment earlier. And that right there on our left side is the silo, the bin that you can place crops in, but of course we do not own that land and it's quite expensive. It costs $607,000 and it does come with field 37 for almost 10 hectares, but as you guys can see, the expected yield potential on that field is not as great. So we're not gonna buy that field anytime soon. I was thinking of buying another field. Field 22 looks better in terms of yield potential. It is a smaller field, only 6 hectares, but it's better than field 37. So maybe we'll buy that. I was thinking earlier that I should have not bought that John Deere combine, maybe not just yet. We sold the old one that we started with, the case combine. We sold the headers as well, and we bought a John Deere 670 modded one. We bought that. We bought the 2 headers that we are going to use, but maybe it would have been a better idea for us to not buy that, buy this field right here that I was talking about. I'm pretty sure we could have afforded it if we didn't bought the combine, that combine. What's gonna be the course right here? Alright, so looks like we're gonna fix this part. Yeah, so like I was saying, if we didn't bought the combine, we could have just bought that field, finish the field work needed for that field, and maybe lease a combine, use at least one for harvesting our crops, and we would have made more money if we owned another field, obviously. So I'm thinking that that might have been a better idea than to just buy the combine, but at least now we own the combine, it's ours. We can obviously harvest our own fields. We can also do some harvesting contracts if there are gonna be any, which I'm hoping there's gonna be quite a few harvesting contracts. We could really use the money. We do have a small loan from the bank, $65,000. But we'll worry about that when the time comes, which is obviously not right now. For now, we are just going to worry about planting this field. Try to make it as quick as possible. Looks like we are going to be spending quite some time on this field. We are going to have to refill on fertilizer at least, and I think on seeds as well. But first we're gonna run our fertilizer, so we're gonna have to refill on fertilizer as well. And we're not doing all that bad in terms of time spent on this field, but it's going to be a while until we're gonna be finishing this field. Then obviously I think field 36 might be bigger, just a bit bigger, but not by much. But until we're gonna finish this field right here, I think it's just about time we have a short time lapse. Okay, we did run into some technical difficulties, but we managed to get out of those, and we are back on the side of the field, and we're just gonna keep on planting, go back into planting. So let's just get back into that same time lapse. Okay, and we are back. We just finished planting field 35. We will move over to field 36, and I believe that we're gonna start from this side right here on the eastern side of the field and on the map. So we're gonna start from that side, see how much we can get done from that field. We're running quite low pretty often on liquid fertilizer, obviously not as bad. It's not as bad on the seeds, but on liquid fertilizer it is quite bad because we're spending quite a lot, and this planter cannot hold all that much, not as much as I would like it to hold anyway. So, but at least, like I said earlier, we do have the buy point right there on the farm. I am having quite a few issues with this equipment, this setup. Okay, let's just let the train pass us by. Quite noisy. I'm gonna try to fix GPS, so it's gonna be way better for us to have it set. Oops, let's move away from the train. It is noisy. And in order for us to start planting, we should let maybe the train pass by, or let's see if we can make it work without letting the train pass by. Hopefully I'm not gonna crash into the train, but it is gone anyway, so we don't have to worry about the train anymore, and we just got back into planting. This edge, this side of the field is just on a straight line, so we're not gonna run into any issues. We can, for that matter, just get rid of the lines in the GPS as well. And we just started planting, and we started at 75% on the liquid fertilizer. We are already at 70%, so we are, like I said, spending quite a lot of the liquid fertilizer, but it's not that expensive. Like I said, like you already saw, we have the buy point right there on the farm. I should move that combine out of the way, to be honest, so I can move more freely with this setup that we have right here with our big John Deere tractor and our big planter, also John Deere. I do like the green equipment. Of course, in game I never drove, I never used anything, since I'm not a farmer. I haven't used any of this equipment in real life, but I know I know a lot of people likes using, I mean real farmers. Some of them like John Deere, some of them don't. I have no idea why. Either way, but it doesn't matter. I do like it in game, especially there's quite a few mods out there that are really good, really great mods, well done mods. So I am using some of them quite often. Yep, and we are at 58% already on the liquid fertilizer, 910 liters and dropping quite fast. But at least we are not using that much seeds. I was kind of worried that this planter, with the capacity that it can hold, it's gonna run just as low on seeds as it's running on fertilizer. But obviously it's not. I was checking the contracts earlier, and there's only just one showing contract on field 13, $5,700. All the other contracts are cultivating contracts. Maybe we can do or should do some of those so we can get some more money, get rid of this loan that we have borrowed from the bank. Oh yeah, field 13. We already finished field 13. We already planted field 13 once, so yeah, it's got wheat on, and we did plant that wheat on field 13 ourselves just before we planted barley on our field 34. So I'm not sure what that all about, but it's just a bit weird to be honest. Not that I'm complaining all that much, obviously. We could get paid once more if we decide to finish, start that contract and do that contract, but it's just a bit weird. Yeah, I know for sure that we planted wheat on that field. I'm just hoping it's not the only field that have a sowing contracts on. It's a lot of cultivating contracts. Let's check on seasons menu. Most of the crops will have just today and tomorrow for the planting season, outside of cotton, soybeans and corn, which will have 2 more days. So maybe all the fields that has cultivating contracts on, then maybe they'll be planted with stuff like soybeans, corn, maybe some cottons. Don't know, don't matter to be honest, just right now let's see which is the best paying contract. The cultivator looks like field 3. Field 3, if I remember, yeah, it's just all the way on the other side of the map. Also on the Canadian side of the map, that's the second Canadian farm. And yep, there's 2 American farms right here. Obviously the one that we own, and this one right here, Riverland Farm, comes together with field 18. Let me just turn around and get back into the field. Let's go like this. Skip one lane. Should be okay. We're closing in into our farm. We're gonna run out of fertilizer pretty soon, so we won't have to drive as far to just refill. But yeah, like I was saying, there's 2 American farms and 2 Canadian farms. This one right here that we're gonna buy next, Foster Farms Dairy, and this one right here, Shady Oak Farms, comes together with field 3, and this one just north of us comes together with field 11, 12, and 13. There goes the train passing by again. I'm not sure if it's the same train or different one. If it's a different one, it's just as long as the other one that just passed by when we started planting on field 36, this field. And we're already at 16% to 15% right now on the planter in terms of liquid fertilizer. So maybe the best option, best choice for us right now will be to just fold the planter head back at the farm and refill, because we will not be able to go down the field one more time with what we have right now. So I think that's gonna be the best choice. We're already dropping pretty soon under 10%, 9% just now, so let's do that. Let's fold the planter for now and we'll refill and we'll come back into the field and finish planting field 36. Okay, and we are back into the field. We're back at planting our own field. I just refilled on the liquid fertilizer, didn't bother with the seeds because I know for sure we're gonna run out of fertilizer before we're gonna go empty on the seeds. And we're doing pretty good on this field as well. We are maybe at 33% finish with planting. We're doing really good. After that, we're gonna worry about any of these contracts. I still find this sewing contract weird, but it doesn't matter. It's still $5,750, so I'm pretty sure that we're gonna go ahead and accept that contract as soon as we finish with planting our field. The only field that we got left planting, but we're gonna do that on the next episode. I think it's time we end this one here. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider subscribing. It helps the channel grow. And as always, thank you so much for watching and I will see you all next time.